Hey guys, welcome to not a long video like yesterday video, but it's going to be a lengthy video for today. And today we've got two specials, if I can get them moving. And what I'm going to do is hold my phone so that you can see the two iconic sounds. I'm going to use the holder. So she's on the track, moving, and we're going to take the other one off for a move. You guys might be surprised. And we'll put this bottle down over here. The cat's holding my back. As we'll sort out in a second. Bear with me a second. Annoying. Right, let's get this one back up and running because this is line 2 and I want to run line 2 with the HST one today. You may ask what's the plan of running these trains today? Well, being at line 2 doesn't run very much, I thought, run HSTs on both lines. She just cut out. Give her a move again. It might be just her. Been running a while. I'm not going to leave this controller on because it's obviously track is obviously not connected all the way through. But you guys will see the HSTs running. The unboxing video will come out probably, so there might be 2 lots going out this week. Not so many next week, I don't think, but there will be a few this week. Once I've got the track all on and everything else is put together, I'll get everything connected up and then we'll take a bigger look at the trains, and all the HSTs will come out running on different lines, and we'll basically just have a bit of fun with them. So that is my plan. Hopefully we'll get both of them running. So every 43 you can imagine coming out today. No 58s or 66s. I will just get them out. So just get these off to one side so we can actually get the tracks moving, or the trains moving on the tracks. Hope you guys do enjoy this video. We're starting off on the outer line with the Midland Pullman, which is my new train for 2025 at the moment, but there will be a few more added on the list for this year for the HSTs. Not totally sure how many I'll get. I'll probably get the most expensive one, which will be the cross country HST when I get her. But the Grand Central will be the next one before that one. One saving up for the cross country one. Because the cross country one is the most expensive one out of her, because obviously the Midland Pullman is expensive, but she's not near as expensive as the cross country set I looked at. Is like £700 for it. There we go, that's connected, and that one's connected. Right, we should be able to have some power, fingers crossed. We should have some movement of the train. We've got power. There's no movement of the power car. And yeah, that controller does basically push off all that connection. And bumping her power a little bit so she can run. I'm going to take her power car off just for a moment. Right, we'll reconnect her coaches and the Midland Pullman will go the opposite direction. Yeah, because that way we can have them going, the two of them can go in the same direction, one can go in a different direction. And the power's gone off. We'll reset her moving. Oop. Here comes the Midland Pullman with her train. And yeah, her motor, this one basically dies so easily. So what I might do is make line 1 is the priority for today, because I don't know where the controller is. If I did, I'd probably bring it out by now. I don't know where the other controller is. I will have a little look again as I'm just organising all the lines and see if I can find it, but I don't know if I still got the Hornby, the analog DC controller. I don't know if I got rid of it or not. I'm basically just recently done a backlog of those sort of controllers. I do have a bunch piled up, but the Hornby Select doesn't work properly. Okay, I'm going to lean it down here so you guys can see the Midland Pullman and the Midland mainline HST on the inside. So what we were going to do instead is let her run around for about 5 or 6 laps going this way, and then we'll move on to East Midlands with her train, And then after that, when you know we have a couple laps with her, we'll go on to the other 43s we've got in my collection, because there's quite a number. And oh yeah, while she's running around then, I'll describe the other lot up the shelf, because yeah, I haven't gone through them all yet. Getting there. Just grab these codes off the shelf. Council that, not 40 feet away, she's not a working training car at the moment. Her connections for lights are gone. I very soon know that because of the signals of picking out is not great. So we've got 43187, which is Cardiff Castle. So we've also got the other one, which is 43s 008, I believe. That one out there. Go through the one there. There it is, one of them picture on the side of it. And we've now got also been detached. And so that one is wrong. GNR HST. She's going to be out today as well. So all of the HSTs today will come out and basically run alongside all the other HSTs. Yeah, line 2 at the moment is still being tested to make sure line 2 is going to be in operation soon. I'll try to show that it's running the train moving on it, but the track is obviously the line is not really suitable for it yet. So I will get around to getting it probably running. So in City is the last one we'll run alongside Arthur's there. Well, not alongside her, but basically after each one has their turn. And we'll get a couple of parties. Just like that. There's the City one. And there's the 66. It's not going to come down today because obviously it's not that day for them. Only going train. There's actually a train behind. Yeah, the Living Pullman HST is well, she's a bit of a picky thing with her connections, but I don't know why. It's just right half of the train. We'll bring this one over next. And we'll get all the HSTs out and we'll get some good shots of her. If you want to see a full video of the Midland Pullman HST train, then just keep an eye on the unboxing video. There's a video of her on that video, because I just unboxed it yesterday, so that video will come out soon. So yeah, if you want to see a full video of her, it'll be on that video. But for today, we're running every 43 on the line, so this is one downside about this particular train is, yeah, that buzzing is coming from that unit, so it's why she's making that noise, because it's coming from the train car, not the power car. I'm trying to I'm just changing the couplings over before we only do a little bit more running of her. Florence customer was seen in Taunton. It was seen in Taunton day before yesterday, which was Thursday. So yeah, she was being seen around. with a class 66 attached to her, so that's got to be an interesting scene. But the fine custom is well known, but it's a lot of attention trying to you may think, what's that buzzing about? Oh, that's her. It's her back training car. That's what's making a buzzy noise. It's her training car. I know, it's really strange to think that she's actually very odd. So she's going around with her train now. I'm going to put her in different places to see her a little later on, because I'm going to end this video off with her. And I'm going to let her go around a couple more times before the other train will come round and take over the place, because obviously there's going to be other 43 on this place. And only line 1 is working, so there's going to be up into the city next. And the iconic one. The other coaches. I'll get her coaches as upcoming weeks, so that'd be quite nice to get her running and running smoothly too, because it's going to be a very interesting addition to the rest of the sets which I haven't got. Just to cut both on our train. Not going anywhere at the train. Right, parcel is up next. What do you guys think on the Midland corner? I know these are just the ends at the moment. If she was going around the other way, this wouldn't be a problem, because obviously she'll be in the forwards direction and not the backwards direction. So I'm just going to put these over here. And she's just disconnected from the training car again, just quickly. And little half-stone she is. So yeah, I'm going to have to look at the coupling situation and see if I can fix it. So the couplings on those ends are, because it bounces on the particular section of the track, you obviously often do coupling from the train like that wiggles out the pocket, which means and people know, if they watch my videos for long enough, they know for a fact my videos and the views that I do for the trains are genuine, because I do a lot of videos on the HSTs, from the smaller ones, the older ones, and the modern sets. I know for this for a fact, because a lot of people say to me in my past videos that people say that you mean your HST charter service. Yeah, the only charter one I've got now, well, the only charter service I've got in my collection is the Midland Pullman. And she's just behind me at the moment. So, yeah, just going to pop her over here, ready for her turn in a little while. Because as I said, they're all going to be running today, so let's bring in East Midlands. It's going to be her turn. And as you can hear, just listen, between the two ends. I'm not going to pull on this, but the coupling is not able to move as much because of the, well, it's clicking on the, basically this thing at the back of the train, which is basically like the fuel tank, which is very odd. It means it clicks every time it goes around the corner, which is not ideal. So it means it's catching every time it moves. So East Midlands are up next. And just grab the other coach. Because I always put the power car on last. Otherwise she will fling around and disconnect to our train very quickly otherwise. Okay, we'll go on the track. Or kind of. There we go. Now if she goes a little slower, because obviously she's not the other one. So open up the throttle a little bit, and here comes the East Midlands trains. So we'll do about basically all the 43s this way round on this particular video, doing that way, but I will do them going the other way at some point. I'm just looking at the next 43 I've got in my list to go to. I think the next one for me to put on is the East Coast. Okay, this is the next one like listed up for my, this is the next thing to go on the line. Two coaches. So she's the next one lined up. Let's do, this is our last lap and then we'll go on to the East Coast. Right. Why am I doing it like this? Well, because line 2 is not in operation at the moment because some technical issues with the controllers. I don't know why it's going on with line 2, but nothing's really seen the problem. But something's clearly going on. So line 1 is the one in operation, the outside line. So yeah, the East Midlands and the East Coast got working fans on both ends of the units. but the Midland Pullman has not. And I don't know why. Maybe it's to do with the system. I actually don't know. So East Coast is the next one on line 1. So we're going to set her with her train. Put them two together. There we go. And I'll move East Midlands trains out of the way. And you can see her more focusly. And she will start to pick up her speed too. There's another thing. I'm going to put on the Midland Pullman just temporarily the power car onto the East Coast before we continue running her power car on the rest of the train. And I just want to show you the slight difference of the train. Not so much the performance wise, but it's the lights are different. I'll just show you. I don't think you've seen these with the short. But here she comes, coming around the corner, and look, just push her back gently. Look, she's got a marker light, she's got 2 direction lights, but this is the kicker on the Midland Pullman HST by Hornby. Now, where is the cab light? Can someone tell me this? Because I really don't know what's going on. And why this particular train does not have a cab light at all. I really don't know why she does not have a cab light, but there's a marker light instead. So it looks like if you didn't have the marker light, and if she didn't have a marker light on her, just pull it out. Oh, hang on. There is a cab light. But it's very thin, it's very faded. If I put the other end on, just quickly, and see if she's got the same sort of thing, if I move this. Hear that buzzing? Hear that buzzing on the training car? Now that doesn't sound right, does it? I am wondering what's causing that. And I wonder it's to do with the train. Or it's to do with this silly piece of tanker on the back of the Pullman. I don't know if that's... No, it's the same on the other end. So that is one of the downsides to the Midland Pullman HST by Hornby. Is that coupling. But we'll go back to the East Coast now and carry on for a couple more laps before we switch the train over again. So next up after the East Coast HST is the First Great Western HST, and then we'll go to Intercity and then the Castle, then G and the R. One more lap and then we'll go on to the next one, which the next one means we'll have to go down there. Stop here and we'll move Lee onto the next train. This is the next step in the video. We're going on to the First Great Western set now. One of the people well known from the early 2000s, HSTs. And yeah, she's silent, but as you can see, she's in a particular order. This one's got like the buffet coach, not the restaurant coach, but she's the buffet, and this one has the standard first class open. I think this is first class. Coach H. Well, I was in Coach H on the Midland Bullman, so that's quite ironic to have a Coach H in this train. Grab a train and then off she goes. Now, I'll slow it down a little bit because this one is a little faster than the other ones, so I'll slow it down a little bit. And she's done the same thing as the other one. She's not going that fast, but she's wild. And of course, that happened. I'm going to have to move Eve out of the way so I can go and grab the train. Clunking against the other trains. I'm just going to do this quickly so they're probably connected. Now we're just going to put the train back on the tracks so we continue to keep her going. In between her couplings. No, she's completely untied her couplings. How did that happen? There we go. That completely weirded me out. I don't know how that happened at all. That was weird. So that was really odd, but we'll get a couple more rounds with her before we'll move on to the next train. Right, okay, let's go back on the tracks. None of the HSTs in my fleet ever go at least a week without running, but most of the time I keep them running as long as much as I can, because obviously I don't like to let them sitting around very long, because that's not me. I don't like them long periods of time. Another day we'll do some of the older freight sets. After this video's been organised, I will post it up, and hopefully the unboxing video will go up beforehand today. There we go. She will be on the track with the actual train. There we go. how fast is the first ever HST? She's going pretty fast, but the difference is I don't let her go too fast because the line is unpredictable. But I don't let her run very fast on the stretch track. But most of the time she's alright. Right, trying to think what the next one would be. Yeah, let's pull the in-city out. No, next train to run. She was one of the fortunate HST that I got last year or the year before. I think it was last year I got her for a reasonable price, which is quite nice. So yeah, let's do 2 more laps with her and then we'll bring to our stop. But so far, with my 6 HST models in premium range, they are pretty good, sweet models. Despite the fact all these weren't cheap, especially the modern one, which is over there, but I don't think it's, for the price of it, I don't think it's worth that much. I know it's new, but that's the only thing that is different. It's just new. The rest of it's just the same. So yeah, let's bring these down. Right, the in-city is up next. So one of the older sets, the British Rail Intercity. This one is the first class, so more for the luxury type of people. Last year when I went on first class for the first time, and yes, it was quite nice. Not massively expensive last year when I first went on it, but now it's a lot more. I think because obviously prices are shot up, and obviously with the increase with the railways coming back to, you know, with the railway industry and all that, it's just the modern day and age with the railways. It's just like everything has to be set up in a particular order. I mean, the restaurant car has to be in the middle because that's how it's set up on the Midland Pullman, but of course this is the Intercity, not the Midland Pullman. So the Intercity would have been exactly similar back in the 70s. They would have had one end with the restaurant, one being basically the bar on the train, and the rest would be, well, different depending on the train that they were put in. Some trains run at lower speed depending on what runs they were doing. I'm just going to move in East Midlands. Just picking up speed, which is good. Move speed it up a little bit. Just picking our speed up so we can run. She's will sticking a bit. Now, she's my oldest set, and is she my first one? Track is a good thing. I'm gonna just sit at this angle. I got a lot of angles this way today because I thought it's just the easiest one and fiddling around for the sitting at different places. Excuse me. Oh. she was using the minting one. I have got some spare wheels. I don't know if the wheels are causing the problem, but I think it's to do with the wheels and the coaches because they are lightweight and the model is quite heavy, so she's obviously not very keen on pushing this particular train, well, this particular coach in the middle, because it's the light interior coach. She doesn't seem to like pulling very much. Okay, we've got the car swap next, and then we'll end the video off with the GMER HST set. Yeah, every 43 I own got those little like tankers, but they're usually pushed off to one side, which is a bit odd. So that is the Intercity. I'm going to put her off up into the bed for now, so she's not in the way of the others. Let me just bring her into shot. She's one of the few people, no, the few trains that I actually have, or very close similar to the British Rail, well, to the executive livery HST, because the executive livery one is one I haven't got yet. But if I do get it, which I'm hoping I will get it in the Swallow livery, because I think, personally to me, the Swallow livery is probably going to be one that's going to be worth, you know, having once I got her. So that one's the high one and that one's the low one. Trying to work it out on the connections. I really can't tell. Is it that one or that one? I think it's that one. So what do you think of known couplings, you guys? I personally do not like them as much as I like the other tension locks. I much prefer there's more wider tension locks, because personally in me, as you can hear, when she goes to left or right there's a click, and that's because there's not much of a gap between the end of the train and the actual connection between the units. So there's a lot of gap, not much of a gap between them. So what I'm thinking I might doing, that's a bit loose actually, I've just noticed that. And what I'm thinking is taking that tanker off. I know it sounds criminal for a Spencer train, but I might have to do something with it because it's just catching on it as it moves around, and we can't keep having that when she's putting her train. Because just, oh, I see. Ah, it's not the tanker; it's the boiler itself. It's just the thing underneath it. It's like it's almost not. Yeah, it's that, and why it has to melt part of that back only just so slightly, so this thing can swing side to side a little bit more smoothly. Yeah, I think that's an easy thing to do. I can probably sort that out. Doesn't need much of a clearance, but it just needs a bit more of a clearance, which can be done. It doesn't require too much, because But look at the Midland Pullman, yeah, that's much more smaller and it's swinging smoothly. So I'm going to have to do something with that, which is fine. I can work with that. I can do that myself at home, so I don't need to go to Tom in Holsgrove to sort it out for me, which is a relief, because I was thinking to myself, maybe it's going to be causing a problem like that. It means many things. So we've got the castle set up, or just finishing it set up. Now we're just going to get her running with her train, and now we'll just put Cardiff Castle in front and let her take away her train. Again, she does sound a little different to everyone. Here she goes. Again, she's a smooth train. Ooh. Every time though, we do like a quick with the coupling. And maybe there's a bogey off. I am wondering maybe there's a bogey off of one of her own. That was there. I didn't know that before. What I might do is then just change the coaches around slightly. I've got 2 more coaches to get for the castle set, and about 6 for the Midland Pullman, 6 for the for the first Great West, and 6 for the Midlands, and the 6 East Coast mainline one, and I think after that, after I got that one sorted, I think there was about 6 of the other lot I will be getting after the Grand Central HST. Yeah, it's the back turning path. It's this thing. Because it's hanging so low on the bogey, I'm going to let her go around on her own just for a moment. And our coaches. Yes, this one goes pretty fast. I'm going to have a look and see maybe it's to do with the coaches itself or something else. Just having a quick look. Yeah, that's hanging quite low. But I probably can bend it back into shape though, because these, when they first came out, they weren't really wide like that, but yeah, because it was going to keep catching every time it goes over the track, unless you had it high enough, because every now and then the couplings will basically retouch themselves to the coupling. I think I'd much rather have the coupling on the end of the train and then on the beginning of the train. That's a train. And yeah, she's a fast train. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing her. And so we should end it off with the last final HST train to run in this video. And that's the GNER, the first one I got of 2022. You may wonder, 2022? The first one of the year. I actually bought her, and yes, she was my first HST I ever bought. She was my first one. Because she was the first one I saw in real life. Before I saw East Coast, I basically bought the Coach A, which it's the guard's coach, which is basically where a chap or a woman stands at one of the coaches, and when they load all like suitcases, parcels, goods and whatnot. And this one at the front is Coach. This is first class, Coach L. So Coach L is first in G&ER with the poorly bogey, and this one is Coach F. This is the buffet. So you have like restaurant tables, and you have like the bar and ovens and other things to keep, you know, the long journeys going for the drivers and staff who are accommodating the people who are doing the long journeys for that particular trip. And yeah, that meant this train back then, when they first still operated it, it was a heavily used train by a lot of passengers, first class businesses, all sorts. And obviously she was used a lot on the main line between, well, it came the Midland main line, then it came East Coast. So yeah, there's been a lot of 43s running the line. And then here comes the G&ER one. Is she my favourite one out of them all? Out of the 6 I have? No, she not that, I don't know. But, you know, she was my first one I had in my collection, and I'm just glad to have them. I'm very grateful to have them all, really. In the 6 I already have, plus the new edition. So she's the 6th one in my list. I already got now. I've got a few more still to go. Why is it always that corner? Every train, except from the few of them. I don't want to hold her carriage back, but I want to push her carriage around so she can reconnect. And yes, the G&ER is one of the few HSTs basically holds, I think, was it the second record of the HSTs of 162.8 miles an hour? I think she was one of the second luxury type trains at the time. But yeah, she's as I said, she was well known as one of the luxury type trains. And so then, I don't know why this one always couples to a train. I'll do it slowly. There we go. I'm trying to do it as way in so she doesn't get head on and just jumps in our train. Yeah, this one does have, yeah, as I said, between the two, the trains that I would say, we're coming to the end of the video now, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. Slow down a little bit. So, as she's running around with a slower speed train this time, she's not going as fast. So, see what you guys think. What you guys think about the HST collection I have currently. Between the new one, which is just off shot, you can see her, and this old one of mine, which is from 2022. She was my treat. This one was my treat coming out of the hospital. And this one is basically my birthday treat, turning 30 years old, and to have the extra bonus, I went on her this year in April as my 30th birthday. My birthday was in June, not April, but I wanted to do it in April because obviously it's cooler and it was a lot less busy, and it doesn't tend to be as hot in April, so that's why I chose to do it in April. So I think we're going to end this video off just quickly to end it off with the Midland Pullman. And I know the coaches was not correct, but we're going to end it off with that train. So we'll just put her on the back and put her on the front. And yes, it means that she's going to be towing the GNER coaches, but why not end it with her? Let's just get her onto the track. Yeah, I am still going to work on whatever that buzzing's causing that. It's supposed to be, I'm trying to work out what it could be. Her coupling's a little different. I'm going to keep her slow and just keep an eye on it, basically. Oop, I saw that little jerk. She's turning her train. But this is only for a short time, as I said before. She's only turning these carriages just for this video. Over this upcoming week, I'm going to be getting her some proper coaches for her, and she can pull her actual train. And yeah, so she can be a lot more happy with her actual train than pulling some of the other 43 coaches. Because obviously she's not designed to tow the GNER HST coaches, she's designed to pull her own version of it. But as I said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like and comment, and I will read the comments and questions that you guys will give me. I know you guys tend to be interested in seeing what my opinions are on the HST models and the real things. And some of you guys are going to have questions like, how do you manage to have so many of them? Well, being saving up and being patient with what you have available and what you don't have for financial actually affording them is the key. Typical. Cling! I saw that. Yeah, the GNER HST is... So you got line 2 working then. Yeah, somehow. Oh, she's stuck on line 2. Anyway, I'm going to end this video off here, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video, even if it didn't go quite to plan for the video. I hope you enjoyed it anyway, and hopefully, I'm hoping to bring it more out for you guys very soon for another video, which will be in a few weeks now. I think the next one, the next couple of weeks when the next one comes out will be the Steam one. Hopefully, we'll bring the Steams out and one then. As I said, this layout is dedicated to these sets alone, and obviously that's always going to be the case, because these are my pride and joy models, not not the toys that you get across you know, the budget range stuff. They're not, you know, they're not they're not toy trains. These are premium range trains. They cost anything like $295 to about $450, to about the highest of $675 in the whole set. So yeah, you're looking quite a lot of money for these trains now. In the premium range, they're quite a lot of money. But if you're looking forward to have one and you're willing to save up for one, then go for it. It is totally up to you, but I'll just warn you now, they're not cheap. The HST in premium ranges from the early generations to the newer ones are not cheap. And yes, they are the trains that I am always going to keep forever. It doesn't matter where or how, but yes, they're going to be basically my HSTs are always going to be my pride and joy of my whole layout. So yeah, so have a great rest of your day and peace out.